Let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in the world, compounding. Whether you've heard the phrase compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world or not, this concept is more than just numbers on a page. It's the secret weapon that can change your financial life. But here's the kicker. Compounding isn't just about money sitting in a savings account. There are actually four types of compounding, and each of them can take you closer to financial freedom if you know how to harness their power. By the end of this, you'll not only understand these types of compounding, but also know how to apply them in your own life to start building wealth today. Ready? Let's dive in. First up is the most obvious and well-known form of compounding, financial compounding. This is where your money starts working harder than you do. Here's how it works. When you invest your money, the returns you earn, whether through interest, dividends, or capital gains, are reinvested. This means you're earning returns on both your original investment and the returns you've already accumulated. Think about this. A small amount of money invested consistently over time can grow into an enormous sum. For example, if you invest $500 a month at a 10% annual return in 30 years, you'd have over $1.1 million. But here's the wild part. Only $180,000 of that is the money you put in. The rest, more than $900,000, is the result of compounding. Why does this happen? Because time and consistency are your best friends when it comes to financial compounding. The longer you stay invested and the more disciplined you are about reinvesting your gains, the greater your snowball of wealth becomes. This is why starting early matters. Even small amounts can grow into life-changing sums if you give them enough time. But financial compounding isn't just about stocks or mutual funds. It works in other areas too. Think about dividend-paying stocks, where your earnings are reinvested to buy more shares, or real estate investments, where rental income is reinvested into more properties. The key is to find investments that allow you to reinvest your returns consistently. The second type of compounding isn't about money at all. It's about something even more valuable, your knowledge. Knowledge compounding works like this. The more you learn, the better you get at understanding and applying that knowledge. And over time, the effects multiply. Let me break it down. When you start learning a new skill, say coding, investing, or public speaking, you're not just adding one skill to your toolbox. You're creating connections between what you already know and what you're learning. These connections make it easier and faster to learn the next thing and the thing after that. For example, think about someone who learns basic investing. At first, they might only understand the concept of buying low and selling high. But as they dive deeper, they'll learn about asset allocation, risk management, and tax efficiency. Each new piece of knowledge builds on the last, making them a more effective investor. Over time, their decisions become sharper, and their results improve exponentially. Knowledge compounding also works because it's transferable. The skills you gain in one area often apply to others. For instance, learning discipline through fitness can help you stick to a financial plan, or mastering communication skills can make you a better negotiator, which can lead to higher pay or better deals. The takeaway: invest in your education. Read books, take courses, surround yourself with mentors. Every bit of knowledge you gain has the potential to multiply your future opportunities and outcomes. And just like financial compounding, the earlier you start, the bigger the impact. The third type of compounding is relationship compounding, and this one's often overlooked. The idea here is simple. The connections you build today can open doors tomorrow. But the magic happens when those relationships grow and multiply over time. Think about this. Every strong relationship you form, whether personal or professional, is like planting a seed. With care and effort, that seed can grow into a tree. And as you nurture more relationships, you end up with an entire forest. Here's the kicker. A forest doesn't just provide shade for you. It creates opportunities, collaborations, and support systems that benefit everyone involved. For example, let's say you're an entrepreneur. Your initial relationships might help you find your first clients. Over time, as you deliver value, those clients recommend you to others and your network expands. Eventually, opportunities come to you without you even asking, because you've built a reputation and a network that compound over time. But this isn't just about business. Relationship compounding works in your personal life too. Strong relationships with friends and family provide emotional support, perspective, and even financial advice when you need it most. These connections grow stronger with time, creating a foundation for a richer, more fulfilling life. So how do you make relationship compounding work for you? Focus on giving more than you take. Be genuinely interested in others, provide value, and stay consistent. Over time, the goodwill you build will come back to you many times over, often in ways you can't predict. Finally, let's talk about habit compounding. This is the idea that small, consistent actions lead to massive results over time. It's like stacking bricks. One brick might not look like much, but if you keep stacking every day, you'll eventually build a wall, or even a castle. Habits are powerful because they automate your progress. Once something becomes a habit, you no longer have to think about it. It just happens. And over time, the results compound. For example, saving $10 a day might not feel significant at first. But over a year, that's $3,650. Over a decade, with interest, it could be tens of thousands. The same applies to health. A 20-minute workout 3 times a week might not transform your body overnight, but over months and years, it can lead to significant improvements in your strength, endurance, and overall health. Or consider learning. Reading just 10 pages a day adds up to 3,650 pages a year, the equivalent of 10 to 15 books. The key to habit compounding is consistency. It's not about making giant leaps. It's about taking small, steady steps in the right direction. The best part: as you build positive habits, the effort required decreases while the rewards increase. That's habit compounding at its finest. So, as you can see, compounding isn't just a financial concept. It's a universal principle that applies to money, knowledge, relationships, and habits. When you start leveraging all 4 types of compounding, you're not just building wealth, you're creating a life of exponential growth and opportunity. The reality, compounding takes time. It's not about quick wins or overnight success. It's about patience, discipline, and a commitment to the long game. It's about starting as early as today. As the earlier you start and the more consistent you are, the greater the rewards. So what can you do today to start harnessing the power of compounding? Maybe it's opening that investment account, signing up for a course, reaching out to someone you admire, or committing to a small daily habit. Whatever it is, take that first step. Because every step you take today compounds into something greater tomorrow. And remember, the magic of compounding doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen. So, what are you waiting for? Start compounding your way to a richer, fuller life today.